Hello everybody, RMG Darkstrider here, joined with Dogongo.
Hi pals.
And it's time for another discussion. This time, Darkstalkers is dead.
Say it ain't so, Johnny.
Well, as you guys who follow, the fighting community know, Yoshiori Ono was approached at a panel of VGX, or VXG, asking, hey, what are you guys going to do with Darkstalkers? And he unfortunately had to say that due to the lackluster of sales, that nothing is going to be done with the Darkstalkers now or in the foreseeable future.
That's really terrible, because I had just read an article maybe a week ago that said, he was trying to still get it going.
Yeah, he was still trying, but they told him to shut it down and to start on Street Fighter V. So, basically, we're here to talk some facts and expose some quote-unquote bullshit of why Darkstalkers didn't get a 4.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to start off with, of course, they were trying to market Darkstalkers Resurrection, and they did this tactical genius thing of going hey, we're freaking copywriting Darkstalkers again.
Yeah.
Guess what? It's a collection of the old games.
Yeah.
So when they did that, everybody was happy, per se, and they were happy for one thing, was that after they announced that, Oriono pulled up the trailer, Darkstalkers is not dead.
Exactly.
So that got me hyped. That got me pumped.
Yeah, I was excited too.
And then a few weeks after that, Capcom went yeah, we gauging on how this sells, we're gonna use that to see if we're gonna make Darkstalkers 4 or not.
Putting the ball and chain on our feet, people.
Yep, basically taking the Darkstalkers series hostage and going hey, if you want a new one, you gotta pay up.
Exactly.
Okay, so yeah, it didn't sell to expectations. Not at all. It sold about 0.03 million. Honestly. So that would be.
Oh God, what? 0.03 million?
Yeah.
I don't know my decimals, man.
Yeah. Okay, so it sold that much. So that was nowhere near what Capcom wanted it. But it was top seller in the PlayStation list. It made number 7 in the whole month of March in the PSN store, which is really good. But Capcom went in order for it to show interest, it had to be higher. And when I look at that list for March, I'm surprised it did as well as it did. Because BioShock Infinite's on that list. Yeah. The juggernaut known as Call of Duty Black Ops 2 is on that list.
Wasn't Injustice out too?
I don't think so. Way back then, I think Injustice was not there yet.
Okay.
But yeah. And so, here's a reason it didn't sell well. One was they did little to no promoting.
And that's always been a problem with Capcom.
Yeah, I swear, the only promoting I saw was a banner on IGN and your occasional YouTube video by IGN.
Exactly.
And that's it. Not even a 10-second commercial on TV or anything.
Well, they had one YouTube channel that was dedicated to Darkstalkers Resurrection.
Well, yeah. Okay, and another reason why it didn't sell well was unless you're in the FGC or just plain old enough to remember Darkstalkers, you're not gonna know what the fuck Darkstalkers is.
Exactly.
Because, let's look at this. Okay, Darkstalkers came out on arcade July 5th, 1994. I was 1 year old when that came out. Night Warriors released March 1995, shortly year after, and Vampire Savior in 1997. Okay, so kids these days are not going to remember that far back. Probably their fondest memory of video games is the day Call of Duty 4 came out. So, yeah, Capcom really dropped the ball on that. So, in order for us to get the Darkstalkers 4, which we wanted so badly, it had to sell as much as Street Fighter 4.
That's really high.
That is so unrealistic expectations. Yeah, in order to get a new game, this compilation of old games has to sell as much as the game that revitalized the fighting game scene.
That's so dumb.
Alright, yeah, so it got nowhere near that, and I was so disappointed. I was crushed, and good God, man, I was depressed for about a week because of that. Okay, so yeah, that didn't happen. So here's the bullshit part of this. We all remember DMC, right?
Yeah, see, Devil May Cry. Excuse me.
Yeah. Okay, so that sold 0.52 units in total around the world.
Just a little over 500,000
Yeah. So their sales expectation was 2 million units
for DMC.
And seeing as they didn't meet that, they took it upon themselves to half it to 1.3 million and go like, hey, we almost made it. So when I see that happen, I was like, what the fuck? Why couldn't they have done that for Darkstalkers? Yeah, and like they really freaking pushed this game too. You can tell when Capcom's trying to shove something down your throat. This game had commercials, this game had trailers, this game had all the controversy around it. It even had a fucking movie trailer. Remember when we went to go watch Resident Evil Retribution, we got a DMC commercial?
Yes!
Like, it had everything, and I'm thinking, where the fuck was that for Darkstalkers?
Exactly. Well, you know, AAA title, this little, and then compared to this little side project of theirs.
But I feel like it was set up to fail, like, in the first place. Like, Capcom just didn't want to bother with it. And I give my thanks to Oriona for actually trying to bring it back.
Yeah.
Because, you know, Darkstalkers is my favorite fighting game series, and it is one I am most fond of my childhood. But that is just bullshit, man. Alright, and I'll take this to saying to Capcom, just because that game didn't sell well doesn't mean that there isn't fans for Darkstalkers.
Yeah.
You can't expect it to sell like Street Fighter 4 because, one, it is nothing like Street Fighter 4. It plays way too differently. And expectations that high are unrealistic in the first place for a game that came out in 1995 and 1997.
Yeah, that you did little to no, like, even trying to, like, show that, you know, hey, we still like this game. You know, even for Street Fighter, you, like, put out compilations of them. One compilation you did of Darkstalkers, you didn't release in the States.
Yeah. And basically, it was just a re-release of Darkstalkers, like Chaos Tower.
Yeah.
It was basically that with online. But, yeah, and the second reason is, Darkstalkers is not as forgiving as 5 when it comes to gameplay. It's all raw damage. It's all like you got nothing to help you. No comeback mechanic.
No, just no hit, stun, decay, no nothing.
No hit, stun, decay, nothing. You actually have to have skill to be good at the game.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's just unappealing to people nowadays. But yeah, man, like the Darkstalkers community, they gave it their all. They all bought the game.
Yeah.
They freaking petitioned Capcom for years to even get it on their mind.
Exactly. I mean, that kind of hard work and support, and that's something that a lot of fan bases probably wouldn't do.
Yeah. And just because a game doesn't sell to your expectations doesn't mean that it doesn't deserve another game.
Yeah.
Like the Marvel vs. Capcom Origins didn't sell to expectations, but that doesn't mean people don't want another Marvel vs. Capcom game.
Exactly.
They would love it. They would welcome it. I would love another Darkstalkers game. Hell, I would die happy. It's a story I would tell to my grandchildren of the day Darkstalkers 4 graced my presence and like graced my PS4 or PS5 if that's when we get it. But yeah, Darkstalkers is dead for now. We're just gonna have to live with that until the mighty overlords at Capcom decide to look at it again.
And decide that we can just give some of this money for this project.
Yeah. So basically, Darkstalkers Resurrection was it was basically like a hostage situation on their part, and it was like, hey, if we give them this, they might shut up about it for a little bit.
Exactly.
So, sorry guys, we're just gonna have to deal with not getting a Darkstalkers anytime soon. But we can enjoy Resurrection for what it is, and you know, look back at the good times.
Yeah.
When Capcom was actually cool. So, Jalen, any closing thoughts?
You guys, if you have a series that you know you really enjoy and you feel that it is not getting the love that it deserves, fight for it till the end.
Yeah. I'm gonna keep on fighting for Darkstalkers. I want another game made. It's been gone for too long. Well, thank you guys for joining us. This is Darkstalker. This is Darkstalker. This is RMG Darkstrider. See, I'm so passionate about it, I messed up the damn outro.
That Freudian slip.
Yep. It's Darkstrider and Dogongo here. and join us again for another discussion. Let us know what you think about this. Let us know if you were a fan of Darkstalkers back in the day, or if you're just recently getting into it. So just like, comment, subscribe. You know the deal.
Get ready. Fight.